Good evening, everyone. So what is this handsome Scotsman doing in Macau, in China? I didn't come here shopping for a wife. I was already happily married, living in the United Kingdom, which is my home country. The reason I'm here in China, in Asia, is because I wanted to make a difference. I've had a successful career as a publisher and as an educator. My children had grown up. I had been to lots of places I wanted to go to. I'd done most of the things I wanted to do, but there was something missing in my life. I wanted to make a difference. I had been fortunate to come to China over a period of 10 years, from 1988 to 1998, mainly attending trade fairs in Shanghai and Beijing. I also had the chance to visit some Chinese companies and Chinese factories. And tonight I want to share a little story with you, which is one of the reasons why I decided to come and live here in China. I was in the publishing game. I knew about printing books, making magazines, these kinds of things. And on one of my trips, when I arrived in Hong Kong, I got a phone call from an acquaintance. He wasn't my friend, but somebody who I had met before. He said, "Gordon, I'm so excited to hear that you're in Hong Kong." He said, "Can you come to Zhuhai for a visit to a company that I'm doing some work?" I said, "Well, I'm very busy. I have a very tight schedule. I have no time, really." He said, "Please, please, please come. I'm doing some management consultancy for a printing company, and I'd like your advice." So, to keep my friend happy, I made arrangements to take the ferry from Hong Kong to Zhuhai. And I arrived at this factory. It was a silk screen printing factory. I don't know if anyone here knows what silk screen is. It's a method of using lots of paint to make things like t-shirts and banners and things, small runs. And a lot of poisonous chemicals and dangerous solvents are used in this process. And the manager I met, he was a young man in his early 30s, and he'd inherited this factory from his father, and he was so excited to meet a Westerner to advise him. He wanted to do all the Chinese things, take me for a big lunch, for a massage, and all these other things. But I was very busy, and I said, "No, I could just give you 2 hours of my time." He took me into this factory. I want you to imagine, if you can, a tall building with a high roof, maybe as high as the ceiling, with very small windows along the top. And all the windows were closed for security reasons. And inside this factory was maybe 200 people working together. And I have to tell you, dear friends, this is one of the most depressing places I've ever been. All the people were walking around with their shoulders like this. Their skin was pale, covered with red sores, their eyes very often discolored. Filthy clothes, all covered in different kinds of paint. It was such a sad environment. It made me very depressed to go into it.